Welcome to Mr. Creepy Teller. This is our 5th episode of Creep Tales. Tonight's chilling tale is called The Whispers in the Basement. So, grab your headphones, dim the lights, and prepare yourself for a story that will haunt your thoughts. Are you ready to step into the darkness? Let's begin.
Sometimes, it's not what's in the darkness that scares us. It's what we can hear lurking within it. Emily sat on her couch, scrolling through her phone as the wind howled outside. The house was dimly lit, and the ticking of the clock seemed louder than usual. A notification popped up on her phone. Don't forget to check the basement fuse box. Love? Mom? She groaned, setting the phone down. The lights flickered. Of course, always the basement, she muttered. She grabbed a flashlight and descended the creaky wooden steps into the basement. Each step echoed unnaturally. The basement was cluttered with old furniture, boxes, and a faint smell of mildew. She spotted the fuse box and walked toward it. Suddenly, a whisper echoed through the room. "Emily!" She froze, her breath hitching. "Who's there?" Silence. Shaking her head, she continued to the fuse box. As she flipped the switches, the whispers grew louder and more distinct, repeating her name. "Emily, you shouldn't be here." Her hands trembled as she turned to shine her flashlight into the darkness. The beam caught movement for just a split second. A shadow that vanished. "This isn't funny. Show yourself." The whisper stopped abruptly. The silence was deafening. Then the sound of something dragging on the floor began, slow and deliberate. She backed away, her flashlight beam shaking. Her foot bumped into something. Looking down, she saw an old, dusty doll staring up at her with cracked eyes. Its mouth was slightly open, and it seemed to breathe. "Why did you leave me, Emily?" the doll said in a child's voice. She screamed and dropped the flashlight. Darkness engulfed her. She fumbled to pick it up, but the dragging sound got closer. Fear is a funny thing. It makes us see what we'd rather not, and hear what we've buried deep within. Emily grabbed the flashlight and turned it on. Standing inches from her was a figure cloaked in shadows, its face obscured, but with eyes that glinted unnaturally in the light. "You promised you'd never forget," it rasped. "I don't know you. What do you want from me?" she cried. The figure pointed to the far corner of the basement, where a small, old trunk sat. Emily shook her head, unwilling to move. The whispers grew louder, the sound unbearable. Compelled by an unseen force, she stumbled toward the trunk. Her hands trembled as she unlatched it. Inside, she found a decayed diary. Flipping through the pages, she recognized her own childhood handwriting. This can't be mine. I don't remember this," she whispered. The final page had a single sentence written in crimson ink. "You said you'd stay." The dragging sound started again, now circling her. She dropped the diary and screamed as unseen hands grabbed her legs, pulling her into the trunk. Her flashlight rolled to the side, illuminating the basement, now empty and silent. The trunk lid slammed shut on its own. Promises made in fear are never forgotten. And in the end, they'll always come to collect. The faint sound of whispers lingered as the trunk sat locked and undisturbed. The whispers faded, leaving only silence.
If you enjoy listening to episodes like this, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you spine-chilling stories like these. Stay tuned, because even darker tales are just around the corner.